Hey guys, good morning. So don't confuse hobby with business, because they're two entirely different things. There might be things that, and they're almost likely things that you enjoy doing as a hobby, but that does not mean that you should own a business in your hobby. And I had that experience years ago when I invested in fitness franchises, in retail, and coming from the real estate world. This was back in 2008 when, if you guys recall, was a difficult, I'll say lightly, financial time, especially in real estate. And I was looking for a way to diversify, invest in different things, and like most people do, and the mistake, it's not a mistake, but because you learn a lot from it. But at that time, not knowing what I know now, I confused my hobby with business, meaning I like to work out, right? I like to go to the gym, and I thought to myself, well, I like going to the gym, why not own some gyms? And those are two different things. And although it was a great experience, and I can talk more about it and share more lessons with you guys on that, it was not a business that was fit for me. And what I mean by that is, and the point also of the video, and if you've seen some of these videos that I've put on in the past, you know that the point of the message here and the work that I want to do with you guys is to think through as much as you can about the business that you're about to take part in, right? Either starting or buying, and make sure that it aligns with who you are, your values, and also the routine, how the days that you like to spend. And I'll do another video on this as well. It's not, I don't want to focus this whole video on this, and I'll tie it back around to why fitness gyms weren't for me. Is think about every day when you get up and you think about the day that you want to have. What kind of day do you want to have? What literally the more detailed, the more granular you can get, the better. For me, why I really enjoy real estate and housing above and beyond the cause and being part of the solution to help build more housing is I get to hang out with a lot of different types of people. Being a developer, being a builder, during the day I'm having conversations with all types of people, from the contractor to the banker to the government official, investor, just a wide array of people. And I enjoy that. I really enjoy that, and didn't realize how much I enjoyed it until I started fitness gyms, invested in these fitness gyms, where it's much more of an operating business, right? A process business, especially as a franchise, right? And me being entrepreneurial and being creative, right? I like the creative process of real estate and putting the deals together. When you buy into a franchise, you're buying into systems, right? You're really more of an operator, I believe, than an entrepreneur. I mean, technically you are an entrepreneur, but you're not starting that idea from scratch. So the personality that is better suited for the franchise business. By the way, the franchise business is great. This is not about a video about poo-pooing franchise businesses or fitness businesses. They can all be great businesses if it's the right fit for you. But there's a lot more. It's more, especially franchise, an operational business, right? You're following somebody else's recipe. You're really more of an ops person, more so than the creative entrepreneur. And so I wasn't aware of that at the time because I didn't know myself as well as I know myself now. And it was innocent and pure to think, hey, I enjoy going to the gym. I knew I didn't want to. At least I knew I didn't want to invest in fast food businesses, because I didn't want to be part of making people more unhealthy. And again, I know in moderation, fast food's okay. And I'm not, again, poo-pooing people who own fast food businesses, but just for me, again, it's aligned businesses. So at least I knew that I didn't want to align that with who I am. And so the fitness, fitness business, if I was going to own a business, seemed to be a better fit, because I enjoy working out. I believe in fitness. I wanted to help people get in shape. So that was definitely part of it. And those were all good thoughts. And those are probably thoughts that you're having. But the point of this video and the point of this channel, if you get anything out of it, is to think through. Watch these videos and let me help you think through what businesses you're looking at either starting or buying, right? And I've done a video, and I'll do some more about buying existing business, right? You don't have to be an entrepreneur. The word gets used so loosely, right? It gets so broad, right? So people say Warren Buffett is an entrepreneur. You know, I beg to differ. He's an investor, right? To me, an entrepreneur is someone who takes the risk of starting something new. So, you know, when you are a franchisee and you're starting a new location in that town, you are an entrepreneur. You're more so an entrepreneur than Warren Buffett, right? Because you're raising your hand and saying, hey, I believe that this concept will work well here. It hasn't been proven yet, right? But you're going to prove it. You got a recipe. You got that you're buying, you know, through a franchise. You have people helping you out. So you're much more of an entrepreneur than a Warren Buffett, where he's looking for repeatable cash flow. He's looking for something that's proven. He's more of an investor, right? So that's why I want you to think through what kind of person are you deep inside. Don't do it for society. Don't do it to please your friends or have bragging rights or anything like that, right? And that's also the point of this channel and these videos. I really want to dig down with you and really help you figure out which part of the entrepreneurship ecosystem best fits you, right? It could be buying a business, existing business, could be starting, investing in a franchise and starting new locations. It could be starting a business from scratch, right? It could be inventing a gadget, having a Sushi Quick. You guys can Google it, a sushi gadget that I invented years ago. Learned a lot about that. I'm happy to help you guys down that path as well, and I'll do more videos on that, and it was a great learning experience. Again, since we're on this topic, on this video, even though it was a great idea and it worked, at the end of the day, scaling that business in a sense, I loved the idea of building a gadget. I loved the idea of making sushi, but at the end of the day, I didn't want to own a sushi business in the sense that, we're selling Nura sheets and we're selling all these other things. I didn't want to have an online sushi store, right? Not enough because I was, these were all things that I did on the side as I was investing and developing real estate, which is the core and of what I do, and really today really is my main focus. And so same for Sushi Quick, right? Same as the fitness businesses. It was a great idea, and there were a lot of merits around it, and they worked. But at the end of the day, I really wasn't super interested, or really I didn't want to spend 20 years building a sushi store, right? Which I kind of had to do because I had to have or build other items in the sushi segment, right? I mean, being a one-trick pony doesn't really work unless it's like the Snuggie or it's something like that. It's some infomercial product that really hits it big, and then you can have just one product. But Sushi Quick wasn't that. We did try the infomercial route, which I should do a video on as well. Again, all interesting lessons, learned a lot, but at the end of the day, it wasn't at the core of who I am and what I want to do, right? At the core, what I love to do is build a real estate, build housing, right? I love designing it. I love planning it. I love putting the deal together, all the intricacies of it, all the pieces that have to come together. It's very challenging. I enjoy all that. It's always changing. No two deals are the same. Similar to flying, which is why I love to fly versus, I have a track car that I took to the track for many years. But, what I got bored with is once you go to the track and you learn those turns, it gets really repetitive. And I got bored with that. And for me, I love continual learning. And in aviation, there's no two flights that are the same. I could do two flights today, the same day, but the weather might change just enough, or the traffic pattern, or people around me, or things that happen, that those two flights are completely different. And I really enjoy that. It keeps me on my toes, keeps everything fresh, and the same for real estate. So, make sure you think through and think about the job itself, right? The job of owning a business in your hobby. that you start with your hobby in mind because you have interest level. That's fine. That's okay. I'm not discouraging you for that. But think through, right? Go see what those individuals in that business are doing. You know, go see their daily activities, what they do from morning to night. You know, to make that business successful, to make that business grow. Do you see yourself doing that? Is that you? Does that talk to who you are deep inside? If it does, then by all means, it's worth pursuing. But if it's not, then, you know, keep searching. And that's the other thing too. The big lesson is keep searching, right? And if I had to give advice to myself back 20 years ago, just keep searching. Even though these are all great experiences, I learned by doing, like literally doing. It's something I was interested in. Again, fitness gyms. Go ahead and start a fitness gym, right? I just plunged in and went and did it, which was great. I learned a lot, but you can kind of shortcut everything with my 10,000 hours by tuning into these to this channel and these videos. And that's the why I'm putting this together, to help you guys short circuit it and kind of leapfrog over the experience I've had learning with me and be able to being a step closer to the business that you want to be in. So I appreciate you guys tuning as always. Please feel free to comment, subscribe, and like. That gets the message out there. And I'll be doing my goal is to do some live as well, just to be able to answer questions and meet some of you. I know some of the first ones it might just be me for a little bit, but at least I want to get that going and offer that up to you guys. So have a great day. We'll see you.